Sorry, I've just seen your message now. And I thought it'll be easier for me to speak it instead. Okay, I'm just gonna say this because this is just my theory and what I believe in. I know energy is funny, but astrologically speaking, and according to electional astrology, I don't think it's gonna work out. It was opposite. So, okay, I had some people question too, like why release during full moon. And you know, I'm about to like break it down for you. It might take a couple of recordings, okay? And so we use the moon for manifestation because the moon is so ever changing. It's based off of our emotions. And as you know, when you manifest, if you emotionally really believe that something's going to happen, it's going to happen. If the moon's based off our emotions, then it can help us manifest things and bring it to reality. Now, when the moon is fully full, right? After it finished growing and it's fully full, it starts to wane or decrease. If you want to take things away from your life, what you will do is release with the full moon. And so the moon is full. So the moon will represent your emotional fullness of things that you want to release. It's like a plate of things you want to release. And the moon will decrease it little by little as it wanes into a new moon. Now, when you see a new moon, and when it's a new moon and afterwards the new moon grows, if you want things into your life, your plate's empty and it starts to grow, or the moon's empty and it starts to grow, and you start to feel emotionally fulfilled for the things you want to manifest. So that's why it's good during a new moon to manifest things you want in your life. So based off timing, if you did this ritual, I'll say if you did this ritual right at the time when the moon was at its fullest or after, that means the things that you're asking for, it's gonna decrease. So you're either not gonna want it no more, or it's just not gonna happen, or it's going to be a very slow down time for you to get that thing. Like it'll be very much delayed. So, because again, the moon is decreasing. You want to manifest things into your life when it's increasing, so it can increase into your life. Do you get what I'm saying? However, there's a little trick to this too. The full moon was not full until on Eastern Standard Time, today at 12:31 a.m. Now, if you manifest it any time before that, there is a chance that when you manifest, right? You manifest while the moon was technically still growing, even though it looked full, it was technically still growing. So this thing actually may come in your life if you manifested this thing and did this ritual before Saturday, 12:31 a.m. However, a lot of people do not like manifesting like the day of the full moon, or like 12 hours before the actual full moon happening, is because people feel that it kind of fucks up the energy. And a lot of times when people manifest during that time, the things that you wish for are short-lived. Okay. So that's why it's really tricky. You don't want to manifest 12 hours before or 12 hours after any full moon or new moon. Okay. But some people still do it and still find success. They may have found success and don't speak on losing that thing. That's up to people. That's up to their energy. You know what I mean? What I like to do what I'm gonna do my full moon reading, I'm gonna do it around now. Shit. Because it's been past 12 hours of the full moon. That's what I usually do, just to be safe. People feel like the 12 hours before and after a full moon, or new moon, can kind of make things go a little bit slower too. Like I haven't, I don't know. Like I've done things exactly in a full moon. Sometimes it manifested, sometimes it manifested like really slow. You know what I mean? So I think there may be onto something. But at the end of the day, it's still manifested. You know what I mean? I remember I was obsessed with manifesting specifically at the time where the moon was new or the moon was full. And things manifested. Like, for instance, I manifested a part-time tech job and I got it. It did take like 6 months for it to come in, though. You know what I mean? It was not until the moon was in the sign the moon was in, like the sun was in that sign for me to get it. Literally, it took that long. But I feel like if you kind of wait a little bit, you're able to manifest. And I personally do feel too that it might be a little bit better to manifest when the moon and the sun is trining or sextiling, honestly. But I'm still practicing with that electional astrology. This whole idea is based off electional astrology. You know what I mean? And so, it's energetic work, but at the end of the day, it's astrology. So what I suggest you to do is, if you want to release something in your life, do a ritual and do it before the 17th. Okay? If you're ready for things to release out of your life, right? Make sure the moon and the sun's not squaring, or make sure the sun and the moon's not squaring or in conjunct while you're doing this, right? That's number one. I think number two as well, I think that you should, if you remember the list, I hope you remember your list. Rewrite the list. Do it during the new moon, okay? Try to put some extra energy into it. I'll say do it 12 hours after the new moon went exact. When the sun and the moon met each other exactly, 12 hours after, just to be safe, and go on from there. But I hope this helped. Let me know if you have any questions. All right. Happy full moon. Peace.